Oh man, that's what the people been waiting for. Crawford came out and stated Porter fight is pointless. Then Bob Arum came out yesterday and he had an interview and a report came out where Bob Arum stated that he just saw Kenny Porter calling them out saying, hey, make the call me, I'm waiting on the call.
Mm-hmm.
And now he's saying that he want to make the fight happen and the fight can happen, even though Crawford just said the fight is pointless. Because what Crawford he's trying to basically point out is, hey, yeah, everybody want me to fight Porter, but Porter, he's just coming off a loss. He don't have a strap. I want the straps. But people came to my comment section saying, hey, but he wants to fight Danny Garcia. Danny Garcia don't have a strap, and he lost to Sean Porter. So what's your take on that? Is it really, because they've been friends since they were in middle school, I believe. However, I gotta be honest here, because Crawford, he has to get his hands on whoever he can get at this point, because the talent pool is with the PBC. So if Porter's willing to fight you, you gotta take that opportunity, because we all know Kenny Porter is the manager and the trainer and the father of Sean Porter
and the advisor.
So if he says make the call, I feel like him and Porter will be on the same page. I do not think Porter will tell his dad, you know what, I had a talk with with Terence Crawford, and you know what, Dad, we agreed not to fight because we friends. I don't think that's Sean Porter, because Sean Porter is the type of guy, he has so much respect for his dad, because regardless of what people say about Kenny Porter, he raised his son right. That's what we all want from our son, is to respect us that way. I mean, Kenny Porter, leading up to Errol Spence fight, he was telling his son, man, I don't know, I'm sorry if I get this wrong, but I believe he slapped him at one point. He was telling him, you cannot make these mistakes fight night. You got to get it right. And Sean Porter's just tunnel vision, listening to his dad, agreeing to everything. Like, you could see he raised his son right. So I don't think that if Kenny Porter wants to fight, I believe Sean Porter will want the same thing. What's your take on everything that I stated? What's going on with what Terence said and Porter? What's your whole take on that?
So I think that their friendship, this is one of those genuine times where I think the friendship is causing a bit of a chasm that's not going to let this fight transpire. And it's hard because you got to think about boxing. When you think about professional boxing, not amateur boxing, professional boxing is the hurt business. So we are looking at you out there to hurt your opponent in any way that you can, based on the Queensberry, rules of pugilism. That's what we're looking at. And it is hard. So I think that Terence, in his mind, that I think that this is a good, when everything else considered, this is a good fight for him. For one thing, Danny Garcia, Terence Crawford is not on his radar, right? So he's fighting Red Catch next, who's a southpaw, and he basically say, like, I'm doing that to get ready for either a Pacquiao or a Spence. And then, like, Crawford, he didn't really have much to say about that. And then you got to think about Errol Spence. He's going to be out for a little while, so that's kind of like
tune-up with Danny. I know a lot of people feel like Danny's not a tune-up, but Errol Spence treating Danny Garcia like he a tune-up. He like, man,
it is.
I mean, he said he mad. These guys mad that I'm back on. So to your point, is this fight gonna happen? Like, is Crawford has to put the friendship aside to make legacy happen instead of friendship? Because they could still be friends, right? At the end of the fight, after the fight, or is it really emotionally? Is like really that?
It is.
Impactful?
So somebody told me, and I didn't realize because this was before I started boxing, is that once you go into that ring, every professional fight that you have, you leave a piece of yourself in there. Right there, you leave. So if you have somebody that you're friends with, and I'm not sure how close they are there, I don't know if they're making this more of a big of a deal, but they seem like they're pretty close. So you have to realize that, okay, once we enter into this ring, we're going to make some money together. We're going to make some millions together. But at the same time, I am going to put a hurt on you that's going to leave you a little bit less of a man than you are right now at this time. And then so you have to be comfortable with that. And then knowing that this is a person that you and your family know. So I think it's a good fight to make at this time because I mean, it seems like everybody's coming off of a loss. It's Thurman's coming off of a loss, Porter's coming off of a loss. Spence is not coming off of a loss, but he's kind of coming off of a bad kind of injury in a sense. And then we have Danny Garcia who does his great job of kind of playing hide and seek. Which I want to criticize him because he does have a pretty good resume as far as the people that he's fought. He's fought Thurman. He's fought Porter. He's fought Matisse when everybody didn't think he was going to fight Matisse.
He came out recently stating that these guys want to fight me because I'm that guy. Like when you fight me, it's a super fight. It's a mega fight. I don't need them. They need me.
Well, no, I
felt like he needs.
I think that they see something in him of just like I can exploit that. I can beat
the fact that he said they need me. I don't need them. It's like Crawford is pound for pound #1.
Yeah, that's laughable.
So you not being the top welterweight because obviously Errol Spence is, Terence is. You want to get to that point, especially if you got the opportunity to. So I wouldn't say they need you. You don't need them. Like, man, make the fights happen. So I feel this way: if Terence Bud Crawford doesn't fight Sean Porter, he's gonna have to at least fight a Taylor, or at least a fight that will have the fans like, oh, I'm really interested in this match, because he cannot go and fight a Ray Robertson, who is a good fighter. It's gonna be a good fight, but people gonna feel some type of way like, hey, man, come on, man, you need to fight better competition.
Okay.
You that's how people gonna feel about the whole situation about Crawford. So if a Porter opportunity is on the table and you feel like that y'all could work things out as far as friendship, make it happen. But if it's a situation where it's like Charlo and Errol Spence is really that close, then you really can't blame them, because like I would not want to fight like a really close friend of mine and go in there and hurt him at the end of the day in front of people. I was sparring, there's no question, but fight him for real, that kind of take a different mindset. When a fighter goes into the ring, he has to really get into the ring and hurt his opponent. Like, I'm trying to almost kill you and put a hurting on you. I mean, God forbid, but that's the mindset of a fighter going into the ring, and that's why they don't want to make it happen. But like I said, they getting critiqued a lot. Well, not Sean Porter, but more so Terence Crawford. But like I said, his next opponent, his next move has to be his best move if you don't want to get criticized a lot. What should you say to that? Your final take? That's
good. Yeah, so, and before we go into the last topic, shout out again to Rap Critic. He said if they're not brothers, because remember there was a situation with the Klitschko's, they wanted to offer them this money. I can understand that, and
if they're not brothers, make it happen.
Yeah, and like the Klitschko's mom actually made them promise that they won't fight each other for any amount of money.
They better not. It's like Charlo's fighting each other.
Yeah,
hell no. Like,
but it's like,
I'm not for that.
If they're not brothers, you got to take the fight for the bag and the legacy. Don't say PBC won't cross the street if you're afraid to get a ticket for jaywalking.
And that's why that's a great point, Rap Critic, and that's why Timothy Bradley look horrible right now, because remember after the fight, all these PBC guys other than Wilder,
he was capping.
It's like it was too disrespectful, because now you got Porter trying to call the phone.
Yeah.
I mean, at least Kenny Porter, and now Kenny Porter gave the green light, and it's Terence Crawford that's saying, "Hey, we friends," and it's pointless. Which is not wrong in a way, because as far as him, from his point of view, it's pointless because Sean Porter coming off a loss and is his friend, but from the fans' point of view, it's a great fight because they get to compare him versus Errol Spence. And they believe Sean Porter still stylistically give Terence Crawford pound for pound #1 a lot of problems. So because of that, it's a great fight. But now Timothy Bradley look horrible, because you saying all this about the PBC guys. Now they calling the phone. Now ESPN ain't picking up. Bob Arum ain't picking up, even though Bob Arum gave the green light as well. He said it's up to Terence and Sean Porter. But like I said, it's like Timothy Bradley always make himself look bad in the media. I don't know why. I mean, he cannot catch a break. So Eddie Hearn came out and he stated that it's a pleasure having y'all on the show today. We had a great show with Professor Nim. He made his return. He back on. He on some Errol Spence.
The prodigal son is back.
He back on. So I appreciate you, Professor Nim. We had a great show. Obviously, it was a great year of boxing. And the AkHi merch, the Split Decision merch in the description box below. Check it out. So when y'all do call in, we're going to announce your record on Split Decision as far as how many debates you won or lost. And obviously, after that, we're going to show a picture of you rocking the AkHi drip. Because at the end of the day, we all know what time it is. These haters can hate. But one thing they can't do is agree or disagree and call in and try to debate. Because they don't want this smoke. And any closing thoughts, Professor Nim?
Nah, man, thank y'all. It's been a good just 14 weeks. We're wrapping up 2019, going into 2020, looking for some bigger and better things. We're still looking for a producer. We're working out. We're auditioning people for some hosts, but please stick with us. We are going to crank up the production value, and we love the support. Keep calling in. Keep coming in with substantive commentary. I love all of that. Shout out to Bernard Avila, Rap Critic, Sean Johnson, all of those. Man, just keep showing us love.
Hey, my man in the comment section, Rap Critic said, thank y'all for putting me on the game. I'm not ready to graduate yet, but every episode I learn something from you and Professor. Appreciate it, fam. At the end of the day, this show is basically to inform and be informative and have a little laughter with it. And obviously put on the sport and give credit to the fighters that don't get enough credit and call out fighters for avoiding or whatsoever. Obviously,
yes,
sometimes it's a business thing in the network, whatever, we understand. My man also, Rap Critic, said it was a split decision draw. Jules of Life, that's my man. He said, I never seen you lose, AkHi. He's saying I'm out here looking like Floyd. Hey, my man out here. Hey, appreciate it, Jules of Boxing. Con said, Professor is the man. Get off me, son. Rap Critic. Hey, nah, you get off me. Yeah, don't be talking about Rap Critic. That's my man. Sean Johnson. Good show, guys. Hey, my man Rap Critic said, Professor Nims, teach these cats how to dress. The swag. Hey, I'm telling you, they already know. Hey, my man dripping over here. So, John said Spence versus Porter, the fight of the year. The fight of the year. Mm-hmm. So, very, very good show, guys, from Bernard. Appreciate it, everybody. Tune in, Split Decision. Next show, we're going to have better quality. We just working as we go. Because at the end of the day, we ain't missing no show. Regardless of what it is, every Sunday, tune in. Y'all could count on us being here, regardless of what's happening. I had a wedding to go to, but at the end of the day, guess what? I still showed up right after the wedding. You know, even though I was looking for the second and third and fourth wife. You know how it goes. But at the end of the day, I come back to Split Decision. She can watch me on Split Decision. How about that? So, appreciate everybody. Appreciate you, Professor Nim. Don't ever leave me lonely again. I was over here singing Mr. Lonely by AkHi. I like Mr. Lonely. I got nobody on Split Decision. Like, I'm over here hustling on my own. Man, you had me multitasking. You had me all over the place. But it's all right. My man back. He back on the map. He back on, like Lil Baby said. And obviously, A-Rap Baby in the house. I got my man A-Rap Baby coming. The merch coming. Split Decision coming. All of that. So cop the merch, call in, tune in, click on the like button, click on the notification bell to get notified every time we post to go live. And obviously, if you want to graduate from the AkHi University, then take y'all notes. Y'all gonna learn something every day and become hardcore boxing fans. So I appreciate every single one of y'all. I appreciate all the support. I appreciate everybody from the super chat to the comment section to the likes to the views to the people that ask that call in or ask or whatever. Even the haters, man. Because the haters, they your biggest fans, exactly. Right?
And you gotta leave them if you want to get dumb about it. What?
Oh, you already know. Subscribe below if you're trying to get smart about them. And if you're trying to get dumb about a second, don't. And listen to these old media or casual fans. And appreciate it, Professor.
All right, man. We out, man. Hey, Happy New Year to all everybody out there. Peace.
Peace. You already know, at the end of the day, huh? You already know how we come.